Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Computer Wednesday, we're going to talk about crypto mining and shortage that it causes. So let's dive right into it. Now, first you have to understand the problem that we are dealing with. Blockchain mining is very big right now. Now, this is very critical. I'm specifying blockchain mining, not Bitcoin or Ethereum, because every other day there is a new system coming in. All of them have their individual hypes, and it's everlasting. At this point in time, it's almost a regular things that we deal with. Like if you ever want to go before stock market, we can't even imagine. Same thing is happening with this. At this point in time, it's here to permanently stay. Then why it's so lucrative, quote unquote? The primary reason is free money. It's like literally free money. So you need space, power, electricity as in equipments, your primary capital cost, and then you need time. Now if you have all these four, you have free money. That's it. Like you just have money, you don't have to think about it. All these investment like generally can get doubled or even tripled. So this is idiotically lucrative, so a lot of profit. And because of that, everyone who can do these things, like sometimes even retailers themselves, anybody who can do this, they are doing it flat out. Everybody, like there are people who have like only 10 new graphics card, but they're going YOLO at it. And there are people who have like warehouses of 20,000 graphics card, they're going YOLO at it. So anybody who can do this, they are doing it. Now, one thing you have to understand, at the end of the day, this is about money. This is about a business. So primary things of focus is efficiency. So that is the main thing. That is why old hardwares are not touched. It's like, if you think of it this way, like if there is like 10,000 old GPUs, only a few hundred of new ones, why the heck they are not buying that old 10,000 GPUs? Like there will be more power, but no, it will be more powerful. Like if you combine all of them, it will be more powerful, but it won't be efficient. And there is one primary vector there everybody focuses on, which we call hash per watt hour. Basically, you have a fixed amount of energy, let's say a cost $1, 1 unit of electricity, and you have to hash at least, let's say 100 to 100 hashes to make it worth it. So you want to make sure that you are making, let's say per dollar spent, you are hashing 300 to make it profitable. And with other capital investment, time investment, all that jazz, you want something like that. Now as long as you have that, awesome. The moment you don't have that, which you will have if you utilize old hardware, you will still get that, like 500 hash or 600, but your power consumption will go 2 or 3, which will make it useless. That's why everything is focused on current hardware, not on old hardware. And there is another money offset these people hope for, is that once they are done with the GPUs, especially the people who take good care of their GPUs, they can easily resell it and they can recoup some more cost out of it. So not only they got their primary money, so let's say they put in, let's say $1,000 in the graphics department, they would have made profit of, let's say 2,000 or 3,000, and then they were gonna sell it for, let's say 500, $1,000 graphics card on 500 rupees, I'm saying $500, they're still making a lot of profit. So that's how all these things go. And because of this hash per watt hour, old cards are useless. The moment something new comes out, they have to go to this. And you have to understand now, the short lifespan is idiotically short. Like think of this way, like server equipments, they're built to last. Like everything in a server, even an old outdated servers, they can still service people for many years to come. You can easily find active servers that are 5 years old, active servers that are 7 years old, easily. But in this world, you will not find any mines that are that old. Like all the equipments inside would have been replaced very periodically, very quickly. And the primary reason is how blockchain itself works. The complexity and the difficulty of hashing goes up with each time passes. Basically in 2018 it was super easy to mine, in 2020 it was super difficult to mine, 2021 more difficult, 2022 even more difficult, 2033 it's even more difficult. So fundamentally speaking, it always goes exponentially harder. So you always need newer graphics card, otherwise the old graphics card will crack it. Eventually they will crack it, but the consequence will be it will take so much energy, financially it won't be viable. That's why efficiency is key here, and that's why all hardwares are like very short-lived, quote unquote. So you will literally see this month the trend started, everybody is buying up 10 series graphics card, and in 6 months all those graphics card directly started to flood into second-hand market, because that's how short-lived it was. So it happens, like you are talking about 1 or 2 years maximum, and I'm talking about idiotically maximum timeline. Generally it's not going to happen for that long because of the value of fluctuation itself on the currency. So hash wise you can figure things out, but what happens if the value itself, because now it's behaving like a stock market, the value can crash, which has happened, and I provided the video down below. It has happened, then what? So fundamentally efficiency is the key, and that's why new hardwares are always chased after. They will never go with old hardware. Now, Nvidia tried to apply a solution to it, but it was a bad solution. Now, primary bad solution was like create a new mining card. Now, this is always a bad idea, simply because many people have this false idea of recycling. It's like, hey, we're gonna recycle this and extract material out of it. Short answer, you can't, because let's assume this has $100 worth of material. Good luck trying to find a process that allows you to extract all those material in usable formats where you can, like, extract, let's say, 100 while spending less than 100. That's the core aspect. That's why, like, people show, like, YouTubers show, like, oh, this old motor, I recycled this much material, because they are not accounting for their time, they're not accounting for their skill set. It's like any person of that level skill set, they would be doing a much better job. They won't be working in a recycling plant. So fundamentally, these graphics cards, they generally end up as an e-waste because it's so idiotically complicated. So fundamentally, not much can be done. They just become e-waste. So it's really bad solution to make a dedicated equipment for that mining, because again, inherently itself is very short. It's not like, oh, server hardware, I made this equipment that's gonna work for 7 years or 10 years, or even after that people are gonna utilize in their home environment, after that it's gonna die. No, this is like, they utilized it in, let's say, 3-4 months, the value crashes, or let's say something new comes out, done. But then what? And because they removed the physical ports from it, you can't use it as a graphics card, and they physically block the drivers also, so you have to bypass the driver issues also. So fundamentally, really bad option. Then you have the consequence of creating 2 product SKUs. It's always cheaper to make one, always, no matter what you do, it's always cheaper to make one. And that's why Apple is a $1 trillion company, not Samsung. That's the whole reason. Like, Samsung makes 100, like, in product price range of from 10,000 rupees to 20,000 rupees, they have around 44 models, independent models. That's why, like, their product cost per unit cost is so high. While iPhone, they only make few, and in the early years they were only making one. So they were like making one iPhone and they're selling a whole lot of it. Profit, GG. So when you create 2 products, both of them become expensive. And then false statement, which was like flat out false, is like it will improve stock availability. No, it won't, because any software lock you create can be easily defeated by a new system that has not been created yet. Because you will be quite surprised how quickly new currencies are coming into the market. It's like, whoa, 1 currency, 2 currency, 3 currency, 5 currencies, like what is happening every day. So fundamentally speaking, and not to mention, you may create a block for one unit. What about the others? If you create block for all of them, there is a very good chance your game engines might not work on it. So fundamentally speaking, that will not last much longer. And because raw materials are limited, inherently every plant you have, let's say every silicon mine you have, that is only going to create 100 tons of silicon per day. Let's say 100 tons of silicon, you're consuming it like 50 ton. You reduced your stock availability, fundamentally you reduced. And because there is no second hand value, the end, all you did is created a 50 ton of e-waste. So what we can hope in the future, because I have specified very clearly, it's never gonna go away. Flat out, at this point in time, it's like stock market. It's never ever gonna go away. No matter how complex the hashing process becomes, because of the new hardware trends that we are, like, our hardware is getting more better and more refined and more slow, still have at least 10-20 years of performance left into it. There is a very good chance that it's gonna keep going on and on and on and on. We may, finally come out of it, but at that time, computing would be done in cloud, so it won't be that useful. So what can companies do, practically speaking? Well, they can make a low fluff equipment. Basically, make a product SKU, and the whole point of it is as low fluff as possible. Basically, box simplified, like hard drive industry did it quite amazingly. Basically, shipping cost of equipment is very large part of it. For example, let's say you create a box and you have a container ship. You have a container ship that's fixed, you can't do anything about it. Okay, you have a box, let's say you have an Xbox box which is 10 liters in volume. Okay, awesome. But here's the deal. Sony looked at you and they're like, we can do better. They made a box that is only 5 liters. Now you may be like, what's the big difference? That means every container is carrying twice the PlayStation than Xbox. What happens when you ship it? You only have to ship 1 container to take care of 2 containers. And if you ship, both of them are limited to, let's say, 1 product SKU, 1 basically container ship, and each container ship can only allot you 100 containers. It's like, okay, this block, I can only allot you this. They will never allot you like everything in the whole ship. They're like, okay, 100, 100, you will have twice the unit, so of course you will make more profit. That's why packing efficiency is very critical, and hard drive industry learned the hell out of it. And that's why all the hard drives that you see nowadays shipped, they are shipped in just like such a bare bone condition. It improves product efficiency, improves price to performance ratio. So you have to make a fluff free equipment. For example, this Nvidia system, you can remove 90% of this. Flat out, you can reduce 90% of this. You can just make a flat box, or heck, for bulk buy, don't even have a one individually boxed equipment. Just have something like a crate kind of equipment where you like just slot them in. Of course, with good padding and all that jazz, but bare minimum. Make it as bare minimum bones as possible, and then reducing this fluff. Now you're like, how much money is gonna save? A lot. Like if your graphics card are packed as densely as it can be packed, you're talking about efficiency boost of like 4 or 5x. That's a lot of money saved. Then everything else also have to be reduced to no fluff, like no RGB, no fancy shrouds. Basically make it as simple as possible. Have one that is like this, because designing even a box takes designer hours. Designers are not free person, they do charge a lot of money, so that also goes into product cost. So no fluff. It's like as simple as possible, as tightly packed as possible, as bulk order possible. Possibility should be there. Those things will make directly buying these things on a lower cost much more viable. And once it's already done its duty with as a card miner, you can easily buy it in second hand, and they will still serve as a better use case rather than directly going to e-waste. There is always like you want to reuse then recycle. You never want to be like make recycle. That's always a bad idea. You always want to make, use, reuse, then recycle. So fundamentally there is a hope there right now. If the company wants to actually do this, they can do this. And hard drive industry does have some good teaching lessons here, like reducing the fluff. You would be surprised how much effect that will make, just reducing the fluff out of it. So this was my presentation on cryptocurrency mining and the shortage it causes. Hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please click the like button, share it amongst your friends. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike. Press it twice to show me extra disappointment, and please leave a comment because I try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you're free, and as always, thanks for watching.